I'll tell you today, your title doesn't matter. You can't be so hung up on your title that it impedes you from being who you are. But what's most important is working and living in your purpose. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the World Class Leadership Podcast, and I'm your host, Pierre Monice. I can't believe it. So before I go any further, I have to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support. Episode 10 and my first season as a podcast host, and the support, the encouragement has been so humbling and overwhelming. So thank you. Thank you for taking time out to give me feedback, comments, even taking listen for a few moments. If you haven't, I encourage you to subscribe. This is the last episode for season 1, but we have lots of other things coming up in store on my different social media platforms. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me, Pierre Inspires, on LinkedIn, Pierre Monice, as well as YouTube. So thank you so much. I want to hear from you. Share these episodes. Give me feedback. What would you like to hear more about? Because I believe that we grow together and move further faster by sharing our experiences and encouraging each other. So for today's episode, I decided to do something that's a little different. I'm still trying to figure certain things out. And I just want to share. I'm not bringing a guest on. It's just you and I. Just a few moments. I want to really just stretch your thinking, and hopefully you become encouraged by some parts of this. Your title doesn't matter. I'm going to pause and let that sink in. And I'll repeat it. Your title doesn't matter. Now, for some of you, I know that goes counter to everything you were taught and what society pushes. But in my years of experience in leadership and going through different organizations, I'll be honest. I'll tell you today, your title doesn't matter. You can't be so hung up on your title that it impedes you from being who you are. But what's most important is working and living in your purpose. Yes, so you could be a vice president, you could be a director, you could be a janitor, you could be a floor sweeper, you can be a tray line worker. Whatever your role is, always find the reason on why you wake up and do what you do. Because at the end of the day, when you go home and when you leave your shift, when you clock out, when you head in your car, headed back to your next location, who are you? Must face the fact and face the question of who you are when your name badge comes off. Are you the best spouse? Are you the present parent? Are you the best brother, the best sister that you can be? And are you truly happy with what you're doing? I think back about an experience early on in my career where I transitioned from being a senior pastor of a church, a great experience, and now I found myself as an intern in a healthcare organization. And I was super excited. My first day on the job, getting ready to report for duty. I had my suit on, my tie, and my name badge on, and I reported to duty to my first location. And they told me, said, here you are, here's your laptop, and this is where you're going to sit. And believe it or not, it wasn't an office. It wasn't even a cubicle. They had me in the corner sitting behind the admin assistant. And I was like, okay, it was so awkward. I didn't even have an outlet to plug in my laptop. So every few hours, I would have to get up and find an outlet and stand there for a while until my laptop got more juice for me to go back to sit at my seat. I'll be honest, for the first 2 months of being an intern, I wasn't really happy. I felt like, I shouldn't be an intern. I felt like, they didn't value what I was bringing to the table. Nobody wanted me to bring in and give input on higher level things. But then one day the light bulb went off, or the switch came on, if you will. And I said, you know what? Let me stop complaining and thinking I should be doing something different based on my title but let me try to live through my purpose, in my purpose, and add value. Pierre, you love solving problems. Pierre, you love encouraging people. So do that every single day and let see how you enjoy what you're doing. So where I was sitting behind the executive assistant, and I got to pause and say, if you are, in an admin support role or have been or work with somebody, I truly appreciate you. Give them encouragement because they do wear so many hats and literally keep the office moving. So in this particular office, the admin assistant was supporting a few different individuals, was also the office manager, and was also responsible for making badges. It was a human resources office. So she would always kind of be all over the different place, handling different things. When people come for a badge, because I was there, I'll tell them, wait a moment, she'll be right with you. Then I realized, you know what? I've seen her do the process so many times. Then I learned to make badges and able to help her out while she was doing other tasks around the office. So I decided, as I was waiting the 90 seconds and doing the process and making badges, how can I interact and add value and meaning to people that I'll interact with? So after a while, I'll ask people, hey, how are you doing? What do you do? How do you like your job? What problem are you addressing today? And at first, I could tell people would kind of scratch their heads, like, why is this intern asking me about problems? And then after a while, they said, hey, what does it matter? And they would tell me about their problems. And I'll say, man, I hope you figure that out. But after a while, I got to learn the names of individuals in different departments. And everybody would come to HR at some particular point, and I would begin to connect the dots and say, you probably need to connect with this person in marketing or that person in supply chain or that person in finance. And I began to become a connector. And I was able to encourage people to find solutions, find the person that could connect them to finding the solution to their problems. That may sound super simple to you, but in that moment in time, it gave me so much significance. And I was just truly encouraged and engaged by the work I was doing. You see, I didn't let my badge keep me from being engaged and being happy. I found my purpose. So my question for you today is, what's your purpose? What value are you bringing to your job on a regular basis? You see, I urge you to not get caught up in the titles, not get caught up in that feeling, but remember who you are, how you add value, and remember and try to remember how can people's lives be better enhanced after encountering work situations in different areas of work because of you. I'm not sure if you needed that, but I really felt impressed and share that with you. Remember, you are a leader. You are world class. You have a purpose. Live in that purpose every single day. Again, thanks for all the support and the encouragement through this season. I look forward to connecting with you. Please share this episode, share some thoughts. I want to hear more. I want to hear about how you are moving from your name title to purpose. Please leave some comments below. We'll talk to you soon. And remember, you are world class. Have a good one.